In an era where shock fights are frequently announced, boxing was reported to be getting another one last week when it emerged that Eubank Jr. and Terence Crawford could be meeting later this year. Eubank has posted a mock fight poster online, and speculation has subsequently gathered apace that the fight could take place this summer. Conor Benn, bitter rival of Eubank Jr., believes that the Eubank will get knocked out, and he stated, "I think it will be a great fight. Well, not a great fight. It will be a very one-sided fight. But I'd like to see the fight because I'd like to see Eubank get smashed to pieces. I think everyone looks at Eubank because he's easy work. After his last few performances, he hasn't looked great at all. He's definitely on a downhill trajectory." According to WBO President Paco Valcarcel, one possible route is a move up to light middleweight, and this seems to be the plan. He stated, "I'm not authorized to say it, that he loves to fight at 154, but I'm not authorized to explain it and make it public that he would love to fight at 154. I've been speaking to Crawford for a while now. He will be in Puerto Rico on Friday for the fight. Then we have the recognition for him on Saturday, and you have the opportunity to speak to Crawford about that." Trainer Greg Hackett believes that Eubank will knock Crawford down if the fight happens between them.
Terence Crawford, Eubank, 160. What you think of that?
I like that. I like that better than Bud and Benavidez. I like that better than Bud and Canelo. You know why? Because he's gradually moving up instead of just jumping straight to 68. I mean, I would have liked to see him and Canelo, but him and Eubank is a fair fight. It's a good fight. What I don't like, well, I ain't gonna say I don't like, but what I feel a little funny about is Bomac was just working with Eubank. So I feel like Bud got the advantage right away. I mean, he know that man tendencies right there, even though they trained around each other for a little bit. But as a trainer, they give him so much insight on this man, like, I mean, but I like the fight.
During a recent interview with IFL TV, boxing promoter Eddie Hearn shared his thoughts on Crawford versus Eubank Jr. potentially happening. He stated, "The fight ain't happening. There's no money in the fight. It's a fight Eubank Jr. can't win. They've got the same trainer. What else do you want? Crawford against Israel Madrimov. If Terence wants to step up and have a little quick fight for a 154-pound title, that we're open to." Tim Bradley believes that Crawford will beat him easily, and he stated, "This is a fascinating fight. Crawford's movement and footwork could be a real problem for Eubank, but if Eubank lands clean, it could be lights out." Showbiz the Adult thinks that Crawford viz. Eubank Jr. is an example of why boxing is failing.
Like they're gonna fight Terence Crawford versus Eubank Jr. That's what y'all like right there. That's the type of shit y'all like. See, when I wanted Terence Bud Crawford versus Ennis for 3-time undisputed in the welterweight division, I was hating Terence Bud Crawford. Canelo Alvarez doing the same shit with Jaime Munguia. Oh, I'm hating Canelo Alvarez. Okay. All right, let me tell you, I'm not hating Terence Crawford. I'm not hating Canelo Alvarez. I am loving boxing. See, Terence Crawford versus Eubank Jr. is the exact recipe that's been putting boxing on a decline for years now. The exact and y'all take up for it. Y'all fanboys, take it up for it. Right? Y'all will love y'all fighter at the expense of the whole damn sport and attack us who want the sport to grow and call us haters. Y'all the damn haters. Y'all hate boxing. Y'all hate the sport.
According to George Mose, Eubank can beat him up and it will be a great fight.
What's Eubank, 160?
160.
Yeah, I mean, I think that nowadays a lot of people, not just casual fans, a lot of people who get wrapped up in fanfare, they probably saying, like, I don't know the narrative, again, I'm not on social media, but I'm pretty sure people saying, like, Crawford gonna smoke him, Crawford gonna do this. I mean, there's nothing that says to me that Eubank can't hurt Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's 160, man. I'm not saying he will knock him out or he would beat him up, or beat him or defeat him, but he definitely can hurt him, man. It's just, I don't know. Like you said, I don't know where that came from. I think that if the fight does happen, a lot of Crawford fans are going to be in for like a little rude awakening, kind of, sort of.
There have also been calls for Crawford to have a welterweight unification bout against IBF champion Jaron Boots Ennis. Boxing expert Tim Bradley believes that Jaron Boots Ennis can't get a fight against unified welterweight champion Terence Crawford because boxing is a business, not a sport. Bradley stated, "It's not worth the risk with Boots. This game is more business than sport. Maximize what you get just to get active. Boots has been forgotten. Why is he chasing Crawford? Make a name for yourself. He just wants to go straight to the top. Bro, Crawford is on a different level, a different pay scale. Crawford is at the penthouse. This kid, Ennis, is at the sea level. According to Crawford's coach, Bernie Davis, they wanted Tszyu next, and he stated, I think Tszyu will be the right one since we can't get Errol, Spence. We want to move up and make history and have something to get up for. And even though Boots is an attractive option, I think Tszyu just edges him a little bit. I think Tszyu has fought the better competition. I think he's been looking more spectacular in his fights, and he got the country Australia behind him. Plus, he has something that we want. It's another weight class to jump, and it's another thing to aspire to. So that's where I would think we would land. More so Tim Tszyu, per the latest conversation that he had with the media, also seems keen to move across divisions to get big fights.
Yeah, well, I respect Crawford. I think he's one caliber of a fighter, but we were in negotiation to fight. But this fight came across first, and I think me and Crawford will definitely collide in the future for sure, 100%.
However, Bud has been unable to fight since, after being made to wait for confirmation of Spence's availability for a second bout. Crawford also admitted in a recent interview that a clash with Tszyu at super welterweight is one that is definitely on his radar. He stated, Tszyu got a tough fight in front of him with Thurman. Hopefully after that fight, we can see the next move. We've got a few guys on the roster for my next fight. Tszyu Thurman is one of them. Right now, I think that the way that my career is going, I'm looking for the biggest and most lucrative money fights. And the bigger fights are in a higher division. So, I might be moving up. Coach Rob Acosta believes Crawford will see the low PPV numbers for Tsyu's match against Thurman on March 30th, and he'll give up on the idea of fighting him. He stated, if we're really going to talk about some number stuff, this is what I would say. Either go up to 154 and grab a title of who's available at the moment, or fight Boots for the IBF. If you beat Boots, then you become a two-time undisputed champion in the same weight division, which is a good legacy to have, a good stamp to have on your resume. But if Crawford doesn't beat Boots, it's what he's willing to risk and lose with that reputation. And also, too, it gives him the opportunity to pass the torch down for the new weight class type of stuff. Jaron Boots Ennis says he's ready to face Terence Crawford next at 147 or 154. He stated, it's up to them. If they decide to fight each other and I have to wait, I'll wait. If he doesn't fight Spence, I'll take that right now in a heartbeat. The IBF were going to force Spence to fight Boots Ennis if he didn't take the undisputed championship fight with Crawford. They gave Spence an exception to face Crawford, but the winner would have to defend against Boots. When Crawford won the IBF belt, Boots became his inherited problem, and he obviously wasn't going to defend against him. Crawford stated, they knew I couldn't get out of my contract with Spence to fight Boots. If I was him, I'd have told them that I just want to fight for it. I'd rather fight the #3 guys if I couldn't get the other guy. Don't send me a belt in the mail. It just seems like everybody is cool with being email champions just to be called a world champion. He got 3 belts, 2 interims. Now they're IBF going to send him another belt. He's going to have 3 of the same belts. Come on, man. You're walking around with 3. I know it's frustrating that Boots, can't get those fights, but it's part of the game. Tim Bradley tells Jaron Ennis to stop chasing Terence Crawford.
It's not fair, but that's the game, bro. Because trust me, this game is more business than sport.
So what do you do if you're Boots? What do you do to get those?
You look to maximize your money and fight somebody that's willing to step in the ring with you. Maximize what you get. Don't worry about what the other guys get. Just to get active. He's getting forgotten. Just chase it. Why is he chasing Crawford? Don't chase the bag. Make yourself a name. Make a name for yourself. You know, he just want to go straight to the top, and it's like, bro, Crawford's on a different level, different pay scale. You know, Crawford's at the penthouse. This kid is.
In his recent interaction with Fight Hype, former unified heavyweight champion Hasim Rahman explained how Ennis could potentially find his way to Terence Crawford. He stated, let's just say Jaron tears up the welterweight division. If Ennis beats some people in the welterweight division, top guys, just beat somebody tough, then everybody feels like he's the man. Once he's there, and if the public demands it, I think Jaron will fight him, Terence Crawford. I just think right now the risk reward ain't there for Jaron. I don't think he would get the credit he deserves once you're that household name and that guy, and it's for money and credibility. I think Jaron will fight him, but Terence Crawford has expressed his desire to build a legacy, which involves facing and defeating Saul Canelo Alvarez in a potentially epic bout. Crawford stated, listen, like I said, Jaron Boots Ennis is in one place, and I'm in another. I'm looking for mega fights right now. And right now, that's not a mega fight. That's my standpoint on it. I'm looking to fight guys like Canelo. That's pretty much it, man. And a rematch with Spence. And that's it. That's over with for me. Later on, Terence Crawford calls out Canelo through social media. He wrote on X, "Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez is the biggest fight in boxing right now. Like it or not, it's just facts." We have, of course, seen some crazy, nobody-saw-them-coming matchups take place before now. The Manny Pacquiao-Oscar De La Hoya fight springs to mind, when the too small Pacquiao went up from just one fight at 135 to face De La Hoya at welterweight. But would a Crawford challenge of Canelo perhaps rank as the most audacious move up in weight ever? Saul Canelo. Alvarez also believes that a fight with Terence Crawford doesn't make sense right now. He stated, "But right now, the fight with Terence Crawford, it doesn't make sense. I just won. Let me enjoy this. This is Canelo. I'm finally back. I feel great and I feel happy because I haven't felt like this in a long time. I'm back." While speaking on Box Azteca, Canelo said flatly no when asked if he will fight Crawford. He stated, "Yes, I could make a lot of money from the fight, but they are going to criticize me. And that's it. They love it. They criticized me because I fought Jermell Charlo, who gained weight, who is bigger than me, because I'm a small fighter for these weights, and because he gained weight, but they didn't criticize him when I went up in weight. So now, if you imagine Crawford as a welterweight, 168 pounds, I have everything to lose and nothing to gain because if I win, they'll say, oh, he was too small and everything." Oscar De La Hoya Bud believes that Crawford is losing his momentum for not taking a fight.
What I tell Crawford, wow, you're losing your opportunity. You came, you conquered, and now what? Don't let your flame just go away. You're on top of the world, but start thinking like a fighter again. Don't think like a businessman. Think like a fighter. Get back in the ring. Do what you do best. Fight the best. Yes, you will beat everybody, but you must get back in that ring. Trust me. I've been there. I've done that. Get back in the ring.
Who will emerge as Crawford's next opponent? And how will this decision reshape the future of the super welterweight division? What do you think lies ahead for Crawford in this daring quest for supremacy? Will he fight Keith Tszyu, or would he go for the bigger challenge and fight Canelo Alvarez? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section.